Sunrise is a project funded by the European Union under the coordination of the University of Roma La Sapienza. The project has the ambitious aim to create the Internet of Underwater Things. Smartphones, laptops, and all devices around us are invisibly interconnected by wireless technologies. Imagine what it means to bring this concept, the Internet of Things, underwater, to monitor and control a world still largely uncharted. This is the objective of the project Sunrise. The idea is to create those technologies that enable communication among nodes, sensors, and underwater robots for controlling the marine environment. In the underwater environment, we cannot use radio communications, which would carry our signals only for a few meters. We cannot use optical communications, usually used to achieve high data rates in the Internet backbone. Underwater, we have to use the same communication method used by marine creatures, namely with sounds or acoustic communications.
Leonardo, posto di manovra generale, assumere assetto Zulu.
We are here today on board the research vessel Leonardo to deploy the LOON, which stands for Littoral Ocean Observatory Network. The LOON is expected to play a central role for the MORPH and Sunrise projects for the European Commission. It is a physical testbed, cabled to shore and made with small tripods that are mounted with underwater communication devices and oceanographic sensors. This concept has been developed by the CMRE and it will be used to test and develop underwater networking protocols, to test software that will be then incorporated in autonomous underwater vehicles, and also to capture data that will allow us to understand the underwater environment over long periods of time, crossing the seasonal timescales.
On screen, you can see the 4 nodes of the LOON that we've put in the water this morning. In this case, we are transmitting data packets from node 4 to node 1. These 2 nodes cannot communicate directly with each other, but node 4 uses node 2 and 3 to send data to node 1. In order for LOON nodes to cooperate with each other, the University of Rome La Sapienza Computer Science Department has developed Sunset, a powerful open framework to optimize cooperation and communication of heterogeneous multi-vendor underwater platforms. Cooperation and reliable networking are key aspects of underwater monitoring systems. For instance, if we need to monitor a large area of the ocean, a single device would require a very long time to perform the task. If we have several devices that can self-organize, the same task can be performed more efficiently and faster. Sunset has been tested in water in different application scenarios: seas, oceans, lakes, rivers, and Norwegian fjords, and has always proved to be a very reliable and robust solution.
Underwater, we have solutions for communications, but only instruments from the same manufacturer will talk to that manufacturer's equipment. So we have to get some standards. To get standards, you have to first design and test protocols so you can agree on what works best. We already know that different protocols work very differently in different places. So the idea we had for Sunrise was, what if we could replicate the idea of the LOON and make copies of it throughout Europe and maybe even one in the States. And in that way we could have all of them connected to the internet with a similar interface. And then we could have users define their protocols and run their experiments not just on one such facility, but on a variety of facilities in different environments. What's the real impact at the end of the day? And the answer there is it's pretty much going to impact everything we do. So the offshore oil and gas people will be able to monitor their pipelines. They will be able to control their processes without having to do it all from the surface. We will be able to have robots out guarding national marine parks. We will have robots that are surveying archaeological wrecks, for example. We'll have robots out there sampling for tsunamis or for seismic events. Everything that we want to do in the ocean will be better done by teams of networked robots. And those robots will need to talk to each other.